Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla is back, and Gibran Hernandez. We are here to make sure that your real estate business is growing every day, all day with us here at White Picket Realty. We're so thrilled to have you.
Anyone who was listening last time knows that we really missed David.
Yeah, we did.
We were like, David,
where are you?
You guys didn't know the weather or what?
Help us with the weather. Hey, Alan,
we gave the worst weather forecast.
You are a question mark right now. I am nothing, and David
Apparently.
is nothing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully we can get that fixed for you guys.
Brandon.
In the meantime, while we are getting all of our technical difficulties figured out, make sure that you click like, you hit us with the angry faces, the happy faces, the sad faces, whatever it is that it takes out there. We want to know that you guys are there, that you're listening, and that you're having a great time enjoying the show. All right, guys. In the meantime, we have a phenomenal show to give you guys. If you're listening, make sure that you give us a quick thumbs up.
Yeah, if you can hear us, even though you can't see us, give us a thumbs up, because I believe the audio is still up. And hell, this is a radio show, guys, so stop complaining just because Alan's a question mark.
They're looking at a question mark and wondering, why can we still hear everybody?
Yeah, they're like, what is happening?
And I just want to remind you guys, that's what it used to be like back in the day, right? Like, you used to just only listen to things instead of being able to hear everyone that was talking to you. All right, so let's talk about something awesome that happened today while we're getting our video set up or video fixed.
Yeah, and if you're there, you can still hear us, guys. Just because we're question marks today doesn't mean you can't hear us. Make sure you still chime in. Brandon's just going to put up some pretty pictures of us. He may even show a picture of, I don't know, whatever we
don't want to know whatever's on Brandon's phone.
Keep it
we do not want to
appropriate,
see
Brandon,
it.
and we'll go from there, man.
We're scared of if he pops out from anything out of his phone. It might be a meme or something that we don't really want to see. All right. Well, let's talk about something really, really cool that happened today. Look.
Oh, man, it was freaking awesome.
People want to see what Brandon has on his phone, actually.
Yeah,
Look at all those happy faces as
Brandon
soon as we started
got a
talking
lot of
about
laughs about what could be
laughs,
potentially
happy
on his phone.
faces. Guys, no, trust me. I've unfortunately browsed through that phone. You don't want to see
Did you wind up in his
there.
intimates folder?
I don't want to know what's in that folder. I am so scared. All right. Let's talk about something cool, please, that happened.
Yes, rant.
I want to rant about something awesome that happened today, because it doesn't happen everywhere, and it doesn't happen for most people. So today, we got a chance to show our new agents, the agents that just joined our firm, how long it takes to literally raise $7 million.
In listings.
In listings.
Yeah.
In listings. So we timed it. We did 15 minutes of just role playing, just kind of.
Well, we did 15 minutes of primer, a little warm up.
Yeah.
Get the wheels turning.
Yeah, and it was just going back and forth and talking about what people would normally say and how they would react to questions, this, that, and the other. Right? 15 minutes of that. And in 45 minutes that we started making calls.
In 30 minutes. We made 15 minutes of role play after that. And then 30 minutes of calls. That was it. 30 minutes.
We put together $7 million worth of leads that are ready to meet with us.
Yeah, those are real deal bona fide appointments too.
And by the way, you know what I really loved about the whole thing? Because I was listening to everybody on the phone as this whole thing was happening. You know, I'm over here keeping track, and everybody gets a chance to come up and celebrate every time they either set an appointment or they ring a bell. So we celebrate every time there's an appointment or that we receive a referral, and then we assign a value to that appointment or that referral based on how much we think that person's either going to list for, the area that they're in, et cetera, right? So we're going through the whole process, and we're getting to where people are crossing like the $1 million mark, which is super exciting. Because, I mean, dude, come on, seriously, how long does it take most people to put together enough appointments to have potentially $1 million worth of listings or buyers?
Oh, I mean, it takes some people I don't know.
It takes most people months. We're sitting here talking about doing this in 30 minutes because we were just in the right environment. All right, here's the other cool part of it. In the midst of that, we get a chance to see that not everyone in the room was just calling people just just for buyers and sellers. I actually heard some people calling around and wanted to know if they could make some offers on their houses.
Yeah,
and
actually,
maybe
we had
purchase
people
them as an investor.
We had people doing real wholesale and investment transactions.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that's completely unique is that we are literally showing people that every skill that they have for real estate is completely transferable to the investment world as well.
Yep, and that's what was really neat is I was listening to someone, I think it was one of the agents on our teams, his name is Rudy. He was like, hey, I just got an appointment to buy an apartment complex.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, that's amazing. Like, you just, in the 30 minutes that you just sat down and decided to start calling all of your leads, or I don't know if they were dead leads or just old leads or maybe fresh new leads that they just hadn't called, but it was just call leads. Call as many leads as you can in the next 30 minutes. And now all of a sudden we have the opportunity to literally meet with someone who wants to sell an apartment
33
complex.
appointments. We set more than one appointment per minute during that power hour today.
Anyway,
That's
the
pretty
reason
amazing.
I bring that up is because I'm really excited about it. All of our agents were super excited about it. It's $7 million, $7.6 million to be exact. I want to encourage everyone else out there to do it. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll get into a phenomenal show that we have planned to you, including talking about a competitor to Airbnb. You guys cannot miss this. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
And we're not really back, but we are back. But I think that the stream is down, so we're just going to sit here and have a little bit of a conversation. Oh, are we good? Are we good? We're officially back up? Okay, awesome. Now,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Look at
Brandon,
He saved us. He saved us.
See, for anyone who doesn't know anything about Brandon, this guy is a beast when it comes to getting things going.
Yeah.
So we're
Absolutely.
back up and running. David,
David.
we missed you.
Yes, we have.
So
Things-
tell me about Alan's weather report.
It was in the 40s last night. Is
Yeah,
that true?
I did hear that it got pretty hot.
That's what
night.
my in-law was like. It was 40 degrees last night. I was freezing. You need to buy me another blanket.
It was really chilly this
and
morning.
I was arguing with her. I was like, no, it wasn't that cold. Get out of here.
This
We're
is
not
what your
turning the
in-law
heater
said?
on. Well, yeah, she wanted me to turn the heater on. I don't do heaters.
I don't do heaters in my house.
They
no.
dry my nose out, and then I
Yep.
get nosebleeds.
I can't stand it. In fact, when I have my in-laws, that's actually one of the biggest problems that we have.
Okay, so that just must be a
they
Latin
wanna mess-
American thing. Yeah.
They want to mess with the thermostat.
Yeah,
and I have my thermostat like radar in my head. So as
I
soon
like
as
to
someone
stand
touches
behind
it,
them when they're messing with
So
the
you
thermostat.
guys are freezing out y'all's in-laws, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
When they're pushing the buttons on there, I stand behind them and I go boo boo bee boo 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 boo.
Just to make them feel really uncomfortable. All right, let's talk about what is supposedly going to be the Airbnb killer. And they're gonna supposedly come in
Is
and
it?
like take over like this whole market share. It's something called Vacasa. Now,
It might be the worst name of all
Yeah.
time.
I
can
was
tell you
gonna
that.
say like
Is it
if you really-
Vacasa or Vacasa?
I was gonna say Vacasa.
I thought it was vaca sa.
It looks like just vaca to me. Yeah, you're right. Vaca with an SA at the end. I know what they're trying to do. I know what they're trying to go for. Is it vacay sa? Wait, actually, I'm confused.
Vacasa.
now.
Oh, I thought it was vacation casa.
Vacasa.
Vacasa.
Okay, it's a
Vacasa.
terrible name. Okay,
We should just send them an email.
we've never had a
letting them
discussion
know.
like this over
Yeah.
Airbnb.
We should just let them know how horrible
Yeah.
their name is and that they should consider changing
Dear
it.
sir, I know you just had a $140 million investment round, that's a real number. So they
104.
$104 million investment round. They actually raised more money than any other vacation rental company out there ever, and they've only got 6,000 properties across 17 U.S. states. So they're still babies. They're still tiny, and they're crushing it.
So what are they doing different?
Well, what they're doing different is that they're really going based off of the success of the individual units that they're maintaining. So they're really pushing it to homeowners to say, look, you could get this much if you rented normally, but as a vacation rental, you could make this much.
Yeah.
And really selling people on the ability to make so much more. Now, Airbnb, you can also, but nowhere on Airbnb's website does it mention things like that. It doesn't ever say, hey, you can make a lot more than renting normally.
Yeah.
Airbnb really, and this is my honest opinion, I love Airbnb. We've got a ton of Airbnbs. Hell, we're teaching an Airbnb class soon where we're going to be showing people everything you need to do to have successful Airbnbs. But Airbnb still has this attraction to a bit of a younger crowd who wants to rent like couch surf.
Yeah.
They're not really looking to rent the whole home, a vacation home. They're looking to couch surf for cheap.
Yeah.
Because I would get so many requests on Airbnb until I raised my prices beyond the couch surfers level.
Yeah.
I would get so many requests. Hey, dude, coming through to Houston, man.
I need a crash.
I need a crash pad. Can I get it for $40 a night? I'm like, no, you can't have it for $40 a night. But that was and I see that a lot from Airbnb. Now, there's another website. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I put up a property on there. I didn't like it. It was horrible. Called HomeAway.
Okay, I've heard of HomeAway.
Yeah, I thought
I've also heard of VRBO.
Okay, VRBO was purchased by HomeAway, so now they're all one big company.
Oh,
Got it.
I've looked on there.
Yeah, vacation rental by owner was VRBO. They were actually around before Airbnb.
Okay.
See, the thing is, and I can tell you why Airbnb took off and they didn't. Airbnb has a user interface that is freaking amazing.
Yes.
It's so easy to use.
Easy to use.
If you're the owner, you got your calendar right there. You manage all your bookings. I mean, it's really simple.
Yeah, you can see what's coming in. You can see what's going out. It's really easy. You're right. It's just very easy to manage.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
It makes it easy for someone to say, okay, well, I want to get into the Airbnb business.
Yes, yeah. It lets anyone get into the hotel business.
That's right.
Well, and this is what, and looking at their website, it's supposed to be Vacasa. They
Okay, so
highlight-
not
Oh, so-
Vacasa.
Yeah, Vacasa. I guess
Official
Vacasa.
pronunciation.
Vacasa, whatever.
Vacasa.
But what they're doing a lot different from Airbnb is providing end-to-end service for these homeowners because they are actually managing the housekeeping, handling pricing, property upkeep. They're managing.
So they are the actual managers.
So they're the
of
Airbnb and
property.
management in one. And so, like you said, they're out there advertising.
So they really
to these
care
homeowners.
about the success of each
Yeah.
individual unit on another level than Airbnb
Yeah,
does.
they're vested in.
I don't know. I like that idea, and I would say, okay,
Well, hell, there's a
fine.
guy all over Facebook right now. I've got a million ads that pop up who's like, let me teach you how to create an Airbnb business using other people's properties. It sounds like Vacasa already did that with 6,000 properties.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
what
that's
they're doing is
impressive.
They're taking other people's properties and managing it and probably charging a management fee per se, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's great. It's a really good structure because right now there's not a lot of management companies out there who are willing to manage Airbnb.
Or that do a good job or that even know what they're doing.
Oh, that's right.
I had somebody contact me and say that they wanted to be my Airbnb manager. I asked a few questions about housekeeping, general repairs, check-in, and they couldn't give me any of the right answers on those things. And I said, whoa, wait, what do you really do? And they're like, well, we're a management company. We're trying to break into the Airbnb.
Right.
And I said, yeah, you still don't have it figured out
No
yet.
thanks.
No.
Absolutely not. I think the only way that you could actually be a good Airbnb manager is
You have to have done it yourself.
if you have done it yourself and you are considered a super host, because actually that's pretty hard to obtain through Airbnb.
Yeah.
You actually have to go all out on your service to
super
become
host
a super
right
host.
here.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
High five.
I like how you guys set up that little self-congratulatory there. Oh, it's super hard to get it. Oh, by the way.
Yeah, we're super hosts, right? Well, I think
Pat
that's
on the
something
back,
that
guys.
makes
Pat
it
on the
that
back.
separates good service on that website. So I don't know how this website, Vacacasa, would actually do it.
Well, look, for them to have raised $104 million, and they're only an 8-year-old company, they raised their Series A was $40 million. they're doing pretty good.
Man, that just shows you, like, right now, if you have a technology company and you have some sorts of sense or wits around you, you could just go public and you would raise a ton of money.
Well,
people are so anxious to, like, invest in these things right now.
And I know that's not even that's not the point of this segment. The point of this segment is Airbnb, but I am going to say this.
There goes Alan.
Now you got me.
I just took it on a completely different.
Now you got me on.
There goes Alan.
Here we go.
So what?
Reel him back in.
I feel like I'm fishing now.
No, I reeled him into it. I got him into my sidetrack.
Come on back, guys. Come on back.
That's why we need David here.
Yeah, no joke.
The other day, you don't even want to know what
I don't even know what the show was
David.
about. I think we just randomly talked the whole show. And did we talk about anything the whole time?
I was just about to say, you got to watch out because there's things on Kickstarter and websites like that where people are actually collecting a ton of money on quite practically fake products. It's products they thought up. They created a mock-up video of it, and then they put them on there, and then they bankrupt the company a few months down the road, and they keep all the Kickstarter money.
Yep.
That's a big scam that's going on right now, and you're right.
So
it's because everyone, there's a huge tech bubble. It's just like the .com. Oh my God, I got to buy all the .coms that I can and put my money into them, and this is how Yahoo was valued at such a high number back in the day.
We were just talking about the people that have invested in companies like Zillow who have never seen a return.
And who will never see a return.
They probably never will, but they're still like funding millions and millions of dollars to these companies. And you're like, dude, at what point do you just like invest?
And now we come full circle.
Airbnb.
And that's how we connect back to the original point.
Is
or giving them a thumbs up, a thumbs down. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if you guys think this is going to be a valuable service for the investors out there who are now using or doing Airbnb, but maybe need some better management. And we talked about this. We said when we put the class together, what is going to be the hardest thing that most people will want to overcome? And we said it's going to be management.
Yeah.
See, if you want to acquire Airbnbs right now, there are banks out there that are willing to fund them.
Oh, plenty of them. There's plenty of them.
It's easy to stage them or buy their furniture.
I'm sure there's lots of private money out there willing to fund it.
There's plenty of private money out there. There's insurance.
But you got to know your laws and you have to know your regulations.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can't mess around. How much time do we have left in this segment, David?
We got a minute.
Oh, cool.
Go ahead and finish out final thoughts.
Point of that is, look, we have right now readily available. We have the money, we have the insurance, we have the product, and we have if we know the rules and regulations, we have the know-how on how not to get sued.
Yeah.
Which, mind you, that's happened to us several times this year. Now we've learned that lesson.
Oh, we've learned all the laws now.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I may as well become like I specialize in Airbnb law.
What law do you specialize in,
I'm sure we're going to see that pop up here soon.
Yeah, no joke.
You heard it here first on the Ruckus,
Right?
guys.
Yeah.
And we said,
Damn,
well,
an
the hardest
Airbnb
thing,
attorney, that's not a bad idea.
the hardest part, yeah, you're right. The hardest part will be the management portion of it. And not only the management portion, the coordination of the cleanings, and then how to maintain that status, that superhost status, if that's what you're shooting
Good
for.
hospitality.
Yeah.
That's really what it takes.
That doesn't come naturally to most people.
No, there's a lot of nuances that people don't realize, down to where you put your towels.
Yeah.
Little bitty things make a massive difference.
The towels were misplaced in my Airbnb this week.
And you didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
When we get back, we're gonna talk to insurance agents. You guys need to look out. You are in major trouble. We're gonna tell you why when we get back. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you
The innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
All right, we'll come back.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you find us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we just had a really good segment about Airbnb. If you want to know more about Airbnb, then you got to holler at us, because we know everything. We just found out that
we got a class
we're not
coming
official because we've never been to law school, but I think that we're what they call like unofficial attorneys.
Yeah,
Is that
unofficial.
yeah, it's completely
That's
off
like
the record.
right before you take the bar.
Yeah, it's like right before you go to the bar.
Yeah.
Before
you go to the bar.
December 2nd. What are we calling it, guys?
That's Airbnb.
Airbnb like a pro?
Airbnb like a pro.
Airbnb like a pro,
So
man.
we're going to be hosting a class here in town where we're going to talk about all the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts. Mostly the don'ts, because we won't want you guys to go out there and try it and get in trouble. Of course, bring you all of the stuff that you need, like the funding, the insurance policies. Yes, there's a special insurance policy.
Management, how to set it up, how it should look. Little tips and tricks, everything.
And speaking of insurance and things that you need for having a real estate business,
ooh, this is a big
let's
one
talk
right here.
about something that is really going to threaten the insurance world. But then I also want to segue into why this is so scary for us too as agents and for loan officers. But let's talk about how it's impacting the real estate world right now, and why everyone out there who is selling insurance should be shaking in their boots and wearing their brown pants.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with this. And if you're out there, if you're an insurance person, right now is your chance to listen, because this is a big deal. So there's a new company now called Swift. And the
With
way
a double F.
With a double F, so it's Swift.
Yeah.
And the way that the way this company works is that you can actually go on there. You can request your own insurance quotes. You put in all the policy limits that you want to see, and it goes with like how many different carriers? It said on there, I think it was like 40.
Yeah.
40 different carriers that it's checking to see who has the best insurance quote prices on whatever it is that you're looking for, and you can bind a policy instantly through that website. Now, why is this a threat to the insurance industry? You're like, oh, they're releasing that software to insurance agents. That's fantastic. That's great. Problem is, well, they are giving it to the insurance agents, but they're also releasing it to the general public.
Yep. So here's what I see happening right now. Think about when airlines. So a long time ago, I don't actually remember when. There was a website that came out, and they were like, "Hey, you can come over here."
Ago.
There was
Expedia?
there you go. Expedia came out and said, "Hey, you can just buy your tickets direct through us. Why do you even need travel planners or whatever they were called?"
Yep.
Travel agents.
Travel agents.
Yeah, because
Where are travel agents
Travel
now?
agencies used to be a very big and lucrative business.
Yeah, because they had to do your hotel, your car rental, and everything. They had all these things that existed because of the access to information wasn't as readily available.
Yep. That was a business that was based on not having access to information. So in the same regard, we have websites like Expedia and all the other ones that exist out there that are very similar to it. They come in, and all of a sudden, travel agencies become pretty much extinct.
Obsolete.
Right? They're obsolete.
The
And
There are
only-
few between.
The only travel agencies that I know of is there's one here in the Crown Plaza Hotel next to our office that does nothing but exclusive travel to Africa. And I guess it must be difficult to book travel for Africa and things like that.
I can imagine that.
Because they have internet issues over there.
Right.
So that makes sense to me. But almost everyone in America has internet now.
Yeah.
I think the last one was only less than like 20% of Americans didn't have access to internet.
So look, this is the one thing that we as real estate agents and investors have been afraid of happening in our business, and it's literally getting ready to happen in the insurance world. I mean, how many times a year does your insurance agent call you and say, "Hey, your policy is ready"?
We got a great comment. Nato, he says, "I'm an insurance agent and I'm not scared at all. This has been tried before."
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it'll continue to be tried again. I think what we're saying is, what happens when it works? Because it's worked in other industries before. And if it works and it provides a good service and it gives the client the value and it does what it says it's going to do.
And if he's listening, he's an insurance agent. I would love to know, what does he feel that insurance agents provide in addition to just giving the quote? Because it's a legitimate question.
Well,
and why wouldn't this service work? Yeah. I can tell you why in real estate it wouldn't work, because people have to see the house, but you don't really look at a policy.
Yeah.
You just look at a paper. And so I'm trying to figure out why this service wouldn't
My
succeed.
answer would be customer service, but what if this company has already come across that and has created some sort of way to overcome that issue?
Yeah.
Has created a customer service department.
Yeah, if I was an insurance person, I would be really looking at, how can I excel my business and show the value that's not given by this, so that I can continue to keep my client base? Because this to me, I mean, as more millennials come out and you don't have as many renewals, and they're like, hey, I can just go online, shop for the policy, I'll find the cheapest one there anyways. Remember, millennials love convenience, man.
Well, let's talk about that. I can, like, for example, right now my wife is setting up an event called Life Hacks for Women, and all they're talking about are like the tools that they use to literally live life the way that they want to live. And I was just asking her, like, hey, what do you actually use like on an everyday basis? And she's like, I don't shop for groceries. I use Shipt, or I use some other web app where I just go pick up my groceries at the store.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you know, I started to think about it. We are all going in that direction right now. Like, how easy can life be? Let's just use a quick web app or a website, and boom, I don't have to have a conversation with someone to get a quote, or I can actually save money by just doing it online. I mean, yes, this is in my opinion, and I get it. You're in the industry, you're like, nah, not really. I'm gonna, I'm good.
84%. That's the number of American adults who use the internet, and the vast majority of that 16% are adults over the age of 65.
Yeah.
So you're talking about almost all young people. Anyone under 65 pretty much has internet.
Yeah.
So Nato says it's like Lending Tree for mortgages.
Ah, okay. So basically they're just connecting you with agents, insurance agents. See, my understanding was this was selling a policy directly to the underwriter. Like, you're going to Lloyd's of London, and you're going directly to the Texas Fair Plan, and you're getting the plan.
They're the ones that are producing the policy.
You're just buying the policy directly. Now, I can see if it's putting you with an agent, then they're just a middleman, which is kind of funny because our next segment is about digital middlemen and how they threaten industries.
Absolutely.
But that would make sense. If they're only connecting you with an agent, I can see, this isn't going to go very far. If they're buying the policy directly and they basically make the agent obsolete, which there's people who've done that. I mean, Esurance, they did that with car insurance, and they crushed it with car insurance.
Yeah, they did. I'm just saying this is something that we all need to be on the lookout for. This is something that we need to understand that this is where technology wants to lead us.
Yeah.
Right? And if we are to stay in the business of connecting with people, then we have to make that our business, connecting with people. It's not just about getting someone a quote anymore or helping someone find a house. It's about keeping that connection, making sure that we're providing that service that a website can't do for whatever reason.
Oh, I completely agree with you. I couldn't agree more. It's about finding the little extras that the website can't do for you.
Renee Daniel, thank you so much for watching the show. He says, oh, what were your lawsuits about?
Oh, you're talking about Airbnb lawsuits? They're all HOA related, city regulation related. It's all about where you can legally and not put an Airbnb.
Yeah, and so one of the things that we'll cover during our class is that, how to not get sued, because we've already gone through that. Not to mean to change the subject, but we do love getting all of your questions, comments, concerns, anything that you guys want to provide, and we would love to talk to you guys live on the air. So Renee, thank you again for watching. Nato Guajardo, thank you very much for chiming in. We really appreciate your insight and how you feel about the insurance industry, and I'm glad you think that it's going to make it. We want to hear that. We want you guys to make it, and we want you guys to make sure that you're fighting against technology taking over industries like this, because the way I see it is, if it happens to you guys, it happens to us too. You know,
that's true.
We're all really in the same boat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, all right. So let's talk a little bit. About what would happen. What would happen if this did go through, and if it was kind of like what you thought. It was direct.
Well,
to
I think
the
it is.
underwriters.
I think BB is right. I was trying to
do
a little bit more.
I'm about 90% sure that that's what this service is actually going to be.
Is that what they're trying to do?
They created it. Yeah, so let me tell you because I read the whole thing. They created the service to service insurance agents.
Yeah.
Right? It was almost like, let's say the MLS comes out and it's made for realtors, and then they're like, wait a minute, we can get a hell of a lot more business if we put the service directly in the hands of the consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, well, let's just change it and put it directly in the hand of the consumer. There's no insurance law saying that the consumer can't buy directly from us, that they don't have to go through a licensed insurance agent. Geico's been doing policies online with no agent attached to them for years, and all they have is a calling center that takes care of all their claims and questions.
That's true. It's just like the car dealership thing, you know. Why haven't we been able to buy direct from the manufacturer?
Because that has to deal with labor unions.
Yeah.
And the
Exactly.
Automobile Dealers Association of America says, well, no, there's a rule in place from like 1920 that keeps you from selling direct to consumers.
Otherwise, I think we would have already been there.
Well, yeah, where you're seeing that where there's like Carvana and things like that, where you can go online, get your custom options in there, and they give you those type of cars, and then you get it like shipped to you. So, you know, that it's across all industries, being able to go online, customize what you want, and get it at your front door.
All I would say, and I'm not trying to be negative, all I'm saying is to any insurance agent out there who's listening, and not to, this goes to you as well, I would say just be on the cutting edge. Stay ahead of everything. Because I guarantee you there's a lot of yellow cab drivers that wish they had signed up for Uber a long time ago. And they toughed it out and toughed it out and toughed it out, and they tried to fight them in the legal courts, and what happened? They lost at the end of the day.
In most cities, they lost.
In most cities, in the cities that matter, they lost.
Yeah. In Colombia, in Bogota, they won. I found that out the hard way when my taxi driver was like, or my Uber driver was like, get in, and I was like, dude, I don't want to be smuggled. I'm good. I'm good. Here, here's $5 or whatever. And he's like, no, Uber is illegal here.
Yeah.
So I get that, and you may have those wins here and there, but overall, I mean, you can almost travel anywhere in the world right now and pick up an Uber. It's crazy how that works. And you're right. Taxi drivers are suffering because of it. They're struggling to keep that business operational.
Oh, absolutely. And when you're running a business, you always why do we constantly talk about Zillow? Why are we always looking at the new digital marketing companies? Because we're trying to see who has the cutting edge, who has the advantage on us digitally. And if they have a very, very big digital advantage that we can't make up for with humans, then we have a problem. That's like the red alert. Whoop, whoop, call the whole squadron together. We have work to do here because we're going to get taken over.
Well, it comes down to like the basic level. So after lunch today, Gibran and I decided that we were going to hang out and go take my car through the car wash, right? And
you guys decided that together?
Yeah, we decided that. Okay. I was like,
I was taking on one of those rides too.
Where are we going? And he goes, oh yeah, we're just going real quick. We're gonna go get a quick rinse. And I was like, get a quick rinse? What does that mean?
Alan washes his car at least once a day.
The way that this works is if you roll to lunch with me, you got to come to the car wash with me. All right, everyone knows that. So we roll to the car wash, and there's a guy standing there, and he, as you roll into the car wash, it's one of like those automated ones. He puts up a little sign that says put the car in neutral, right? And then he sprays the car with a little bit of water, and I still can't figure out why. That's like maybe like the pre-rinse or whatever, right? Anyway, and so Gibran goes, I wonder how long it will take for this company to realize they could probably invest $5,000, $10,000 in a robot that would do the exact same thing and save the rest of that money for the rest of the years that this guy may work here.
That guy was literally like, okay, his job was to wave his hand and to spray water. I'm like, well, you can have an automated water hose, and you can have an automated light that flashes telling you come over or stay.
And then put your car in neutral. Right? So I mean, and that's, I feel like And in the entrepreneurial world, that's what people are thinking right now. It's, well, why do we need to pay this person? What can we get technology to do for us? Unfortunately, sometimes that means it takes out portions of industries. And that's what we're saying. We wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. We have to take a quick commercial break. But when we get back, we want to talk a little bit about
digital middlemen.
Yeah.
And how they actually affect the industry. So these are people that are doing things in the middle. They're not actually directly associated with anything, yet they're making all the money.
They're the ones that are controlling the industry. All right, we'll get back to you. When we get back, you're at the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun. I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we've been talking about technology, how it's going to hurt the insurance industry. Some people agree with this, some people don't. I'm not saying that it actually will do anything. All I'm saying is be on the lookout.
Yep.
Make sure that you're ahead of the curve in your industry at all times. That's any industry that you might be in. I guarantee you 20 years ago, people were reluctant to put their places on Hotels.com. Until now, Hotels.com is where you go to book a hotel.
Yeah.
I can't think of the last time I went to Hilton's website to book a hotel, or to any website of a specific hotel.
Yeah, I went
You're
there.
absolutely
I
right.
went there after I couldn't find something on Airbnb and VRBO, and then one other site, and then I went to Hilton.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hotels.com is in the top.
Oh yeah,
maybe 3 or 4.
Hotels.com. That's number 3 usually.
Yeah.
If you can't find anything anywhere else, then you go directly to the hotel's website. But
Yeah.
back in the day, you had 2 options. You called the hotel, or you went to their website until Expedia said, hey, let's change this up.
Dude, I
Things
totally
can be
forgot
different.
that these hotels had their own websites. It just never even dawned on me, because when I travel, I
You don't need
check
it.
them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how will that affect real estate? Because that's the real question, is what effect will it have on real estate? And these people, we call them middlemen.
Yeah.
Right? They don't actually... Hotels.com doesn't own any hotels. Airbnb doesn't own any hotels or any houses or any real estate at all, period. Everyone after McDonald's would say, well, the key to everything is to own all the real estate. Well, guess what? No, not
No, it
really.
isn't.
Not anymore. Uber doesn't own any real estate, and they don't own any cars, and they're the biggest taxi company in the world.
Yeah.
Middlemen are taking over industries. We see that in real estate already. Dave Ramsey, he is a digital middleman.
Yep.
He collects
true.
leads based off of his own circle of influence and then sells them to real estate agents.
Yep.
Zillow, complete middleman. They don't do any real estate. They're not a brokerage. All they do is they collect people through their circle of influence, through their fake estimates that they created.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another show.
That punch was for you, Zillow.
That was a
Just
punch for
you.
Zillow.
And you know where it goes.
And they are digital middlemen. Now, here's the thing. Zillow Trulia is coming up. You've got a lot of other sites now that are selling leads as well. It's almost becoming to the point where these people are like the trolls and you got to pay the toll.
Yep. They are the trolls and you got to pay the toll. Did you mean to rhyme that?
No, I just came out. Sometimes
So
I get
talented.
stops, man.
All right,
talented.
let's talk about the tech giants that are in the middle between us and consumers right now. All right, and this applies to everyone in the industry. This applies to you if you're a wholesaler. This applies to you if you're an investor. It applies to you if you are a realtor, a broker, you name it. There is someone out there who is a tech giant who is between
Charging
you
the toll.
and your consumer, your client,
absolutely.
charging a toll, saying, I need a piece of that pie, right?
Well, I would even go as far as to argue that perhaps HAR is one of the biggest trolls and middlemen in the industry.
The only thing is HAR provides value. They give us
Correct.
access to information.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, for example, you have Zillow, they don't
They
provide
take
value.
our information
Yeah.
and resell it to us.
Yeah, exactly. That's like stealing. So that's why we're not fans of you, Zillow. The other people that are coming up on the game right now is Facebook, who Facebook and Google, who account for over 50% of all the marketing.
All marketing in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, in the United States. Sorry, all marketing in the United States.
Okay, so that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because over 50% of all marketing means it tells you why you don't see as many billboard advertisements as you used to, or why people aren't investing in newspaper ads or radio ads like they used to.
Would you consider Google AdWords a middleman?
I would say so. I would say right now, think about it this way. So you are in your mid-20s and you want to learn about whatever. Give me something that you want to learn about in your mid-20s.
How to pick up chicks.
Okay. Can you type that into Google and find information
Yes, you can,
about that?
actually.
That's the thing. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. And it could be anything. I mean, it could be, something related to our businesses, not just how to pick up chicks. It could be something related to how to buy your first house, how to sell my first house, how to,
All of those,
whatever.
yeah.
Look.
But you said someone in their early 20s. That's why I use that.
It could be
example.
It could be
Yeah.
anything. And it could be less than that. When we were at a closing. It was a few months ago. A friend of mine closing. She has two girls. She's teaching them how to build a business, and the girls say, "Hey, Mom, how do I do this?" And she's teaching them how to make like a dog walking business. And she turns around, and she goes, "Google it."
Yeah,
that
she
was
did.
the answer.
Yeah,
that
she
was the
did.
answer, and they literally did that.
Yeah,
literally-
they both pulled out their phones and they Googled it. And they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, here's the answer. Look, Mom."
And they figured it out like on the spot because they went on Google and found the answer and implemented it.
Yeah, but the only reason I don't feel like Google is an actual middleman is because they're not selling you a lead. You still have to go on there. You still have to create a Google AdWords account. You have to take the time to create your words that you're going to target, make good ads. There's a lot
That's
of
true.
There's more process to it. There's a lot more thinking. Zillow, there's no thinking. You don't do anything. You call Zillow and you go, "I want to buy a zip code." Okay, you can buy 40%, 50% of that zip code.
Yeah.
And then they sell you the zip code and you get leads directly to you from that zip code. There was no effort needed, supposedly, but the effort is on the other side because the leads are always garbage.
Yeah.
And that's where the real frustration is.
Yeah.
But to me that's what a middleman is you have to kind of pay the toll in order to even break into the market.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here for a second with these digital middlemen, because what it seems like it's doing is that it's actually helping to push out those agents who are halfway in, per se, the hobbyists.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because now, they call it basically a digital land grab. To get the advantage of these leads, you actually have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so a lot of teams are forming to streamline those finances and actually be able to make an impact with those online leads.
Yeah.
And so
So that
what we're
means that
seeing
your
is you're
single
pushing out
agent-
the part-timers.
Yeah, it's
And
like your single agent who is just getting into the business and wants to actually buy some leads has no chance of it unless he's got like a big loan or something that he can
Yeah, and
take
he's
out.
got to be able to go to a brokerage where they can pay for those leads, and then he can pay for it through a commission split.
Yeah.
I mean that's really what it becomes as the middleman.
I
at
see
that
what you're
point.
saying.
Yeah. No, and you're right. It could serve as a filter, but at some point you have to say, how do I fight back against the middleman? What can I do to protect my business from me having to rely on these middlemen. Because what happens, guys, there will be a day that we wake up and Zillow has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That day is going to come. And what about all the agents that have been relying on Zillow for 4 or 5 years?
Oh, and there's
what happens with their business?
There's plenty of those here in Houston, and what happens with those people are the same thing that happens to anyone else who invests all of their eggs in one basket. They flop. And they haven't built a business or any other income streams around producing leads in any other way, so they won't know what's left or right at that point.
Yeah.
And you know, what else can they do now? Well, you could start realizing where those are going for sure, and then start working the other angle. The other thing is, look, at some point, one way or another, you're going to have to invest in these middlemen. Right now, I don't see another avenue for it. Okay, you can say, well, let's fight it. What is fighting? The fighting is not investing at all, not partaking, not being part of it.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of the one guy being left out and not taking advantage of any of the leads.
Well, I would say that no.
Yeah,
I kind of disagree.
There's different digital avenues.
Yeah, there's different digital avenues. But what I would say is that I do feel, and this is something that we push big time here at our brokerage, you have to create a relational business. You can't just focus on transaction after transaction after transaction, which is what's happening with these digital middlemen. You start one-offing them. Oh, I got a deal. Cool. I don't know you. You're a stranger. I'm going to go show you some houses. Now we're going to close. See you later. On to my next Zillow.
I'll never talk to you again.
Yeah, I'll never talk to that person again. On to my next lead.
Yep.
Well, if you can create a relationship with that person where they're going to send you 3, 4, 5 referrals a year, and on top of that, they may be back 4 or 5 years down the road to sell and to purchase another place. Now you're building a business with some longevity.
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry as much about, let me get that new hot lead from one of these digital middlemen to keep my business going.
And people would much prefer to receive a referral from their friend, with for a good agent. The thing that they would like the most from the technology is the convenience and access to the information. We've seen and talked about it on shows before that people look up their information. They already know what house and type of house they want before they even talk to an agent, and then they go find their agent, and hopefully it's through a referral.
Yeah, and that's usually how it works. And it's, the other day we were role playing at an open house with one of our new agents. And we were going over the things that you should say and shouldn't say when you're greeting people that are coming into the open house. And I think that what the agent wanted was a script on exactly what to say. But most importantly, what we decided to do was go over the things that you shouldn't say, and that was sound like a salesman. What are you looking for? How can I help you? The things that like your Best Buy sales agent would tell you when you're looking for like a TV or something.
Do you need any help?
And I think that's what like the consumer is going through right now is they don't want to be at Best Buy. They don't want someone to ask them if they need any help. They just they know what they want, and then at that point they're going to say, well, hey, Susie or whoever, who do you know that helped you buy your house? Okay, great, let me call them. Which brings me back to the point that you have to have a good relationship. You're right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, and Nato says the same thing. He said, well, you got to learn how to generate your own leads.
Yep.
He said that's what's right up his alley. That's why he's not as afraid of these companies, because he probably has a relational business where people are bringing referrals to him, and he's not having to worry about buying from these digital middlemen.
I love it that you said that. But here's the deal. That's so much easier said than done, and the majority of the companies out there, and I mean, I want to say over 90%, they won't teach you that, because that's the hard part of the business. That's the difficult part.
Soft skills.
It's
hard to teach soft skills.
It's very difficult to teach soft skills. Teaching someone to go through a database and just call them and pick out 10 or 15 people that may be hot leads, dude, that's easy. Anyone can do that, right? Yeah. But actually developing relationships, like what Nato said, and generating your own leads based on that. Heck, how hard is it to teach someone to just ask for the referral? How hesitant are people to do that? How difficult is it for you to call and say, hey, by the way, do you happen to know someone that's looking to buy or sell or needs help with their real estate? Yeah, it's a difficult conversation that most people avoid. Therefore, this digital middleman is the easy route. The only thing is you got to pay the toll.
Yeah. And I would say that's what's given to the rise of the digital middleman, is that people don't want to put in the work.
Yep.
And the digital middleman makes it to where What's that? I see that meme all the time. It's like, here, take my money, and it's the guy from Futurama. And I think about that. Like, as soon as people were like, oh, this is a little bit easier than you having to make calls on your database. Here, take my money.
Yeah, take my money now.
But then you become dependent on this digital middleman, and now they're quite literally controlling the real estate market.
Well, they're the ones that are feeding you. They're the ones that are literally feeding you.
Yeah. And we bite that hand all the time.
And we bite it all the time. So anyway, we definitely understand what that's like, what it means. We know that it means that it could be impending doom, but at the same time, hey, we have to be able to market somehow. I think it's important for you to learn how to do it. Just make sure that you're doing it with the right people, and for sure, in my opinion, it's not Zillow. So take it for what it's worth. We have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll finish off with the tip of the day. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun. I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube. You can also chat with us live on Facebook and YouTube. I was going to say Twitter. I don't know why that even popped into me. Oh my gosh. It's you know, sometimes
you're bringing back old stuff.
You relapse, man. You relapse.
Seriously.
You say these things for such a long time that you forget. So we want to go ahead and we want to get into the tip of the day. We've been talking about digital media men. We've been talking about the insurance agencies suffering this year. VKKasa. And I don't even remember what else.
The Power Hour.
The Power Hour.
We've had a great show today.
It's been a good show, man. Let's get into the tip of the day.
Absolutely. So actually, we brought some of this up a little earlier. It's about building a relationship. And if you've noticed, a lot of the tips that we give on the show are they're about that. They're about what you should be doing to create those relationships. So we're going to give you guys a couple of tips on how you can stay in touch with all of your clients this Halloween. This goes for anyone out there. It doesn't matter what part of the industry you're in. You can apply these tips to all of your leads, especially your really, really warm leads, anyone that you've had any kind of transaction with, that you've had a good experience with. These are your advocates, what we call your top 100. So simple things that you can do for Halloween. So one of them is pumpkin patch map. So what is a pumpkin patch map?
So you take your kids to the
Alan
local
doesn't
pumpkin
know
patch.
that. I don't think Alan's kids have ever been to a pumpkin patch.
Oh yeah. So,
wait. Is that where you just go pick up a pumpkin?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've done that. We do that.
Oh, okay.
We do that once a year.
So you go to the pumpkin patch. You kids pick out a pumpkin for you to carve into jack-o'-lanterns. But there's usually several ones around town, so you can provide your clients with the nearest pumpkin patches to that particular neighborhood.
So like send a map with all the pumpkin patches, and then they can go out. That's a really good idea. All right, branded Halloween treats. So So get some candy.
Who doesn't love some candy corn?
Absolutely. All right. Haunted open houses. This is a really cool idea.
Yeah, I like this. Actually doing a themed haunted open house.
Yeah. Halloween themed office party. So basically like get everything green and spooky. That's a good idea.
I guess green.
All right.
And orange.
Pumpkin pie eating contest. I could see that. I could see me playing a little bit of that.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, I think
I would not want to
doing
play against you.
Online costume contest. This is the one I like a lot. I like the things
This
that
is
we
so
can
easy.
do online that are easy, that are not going to take up a bunch of time or effort because you want to distribute this to as many people as possible. So I really love this. So the way I would do this is I would say this is what the prize is. Send in the pictures, and whoever gets the most likes or votes, this is where we're going to list them. That's who's going to win. But
Yeah.
it's an opportunity for everyone to interact. All right, and number 7, pumpkin carving contest. And this brings me into something that we're doing that we want to make sure that you guys take out there and consider doing yourself, is having an event where you get together between all of you, your friends, their friends, your clients, your family members. We do it in something called our Family Fall Festival. It happens once a year. We invite all the people that we know. They come out. We have, biking. We play football. Everyone brings a dish. We have a great time, and it allows us to really interact with those people and really grow those relationships.
Yeah.
So that's one of the tips that I wanted to toss out there for you guys. Let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up.
Yeah, so today we actually had some great peak producers training. We had the Team WPR Power Hour. Those were very successful. And tomorrow for White Picket agents, we also have the Team Management and Accountability Program. And then next week, actually a big one that unfortunately we're going to miss out on, but for a good reason, is the Patent Law Firm Halloween Party. That's the High Rollers Bowling Contest.
Oh, I hate that we have to miss
I
that
know,
one.
it's such a great one.
That is a fun party.
It is. If you didn't get an invitation, guys, remember to be closing at Patent Law Firm, and you'll be invited to the next one. This is an amazing party. And for us here at the office, we're actually going to be heading out to Vegas for our Commissions Inc. Training, and so we'll be in Vegas for the last half of that week, so we're going to miss out a couple episodes of the Ruckus. But
we'll go live from over there.
Yeah, we'll go live.
We'll update you guys on what we're doing over in Vegas, so you guys know what's happening.
Yes, definitely. And then, like Alan mentioned, the following weekend after Halloween on November 4th, we're going to be having our White Picket Fall Festival. This is a family event, a chance for all our agents, friends, family to come out and get together. We're going to be at Memorial Park, getting together potluck style. If you would like to come, please reach out to a White Picket agent for an invitation, and make sure to bring your family along with you.
Absolutely, you guys. Thank you for being on today's show. We really appreciate it. We hope you've taken something that you can implement in your businesses. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.